we got some guys that are better in the backfield catching routes out of the backfield rather than, Cam Dickey getting downhill. So just certain attributes that, they bring to the table and what they're better at.
What do you think Jacoby brings to the table?
I think he's very explosive. I think he can catch out the ball out of the backfield. We can run him on a wheel route. We can run an angle in the backfield with him. A lot of F option choice like that. But he's really explosive, very smart kid, and I'm really excited to see where his potential goes.
Nice to have those options down on the
Oh yeah, for sure. Nothing, quite like Taj. That's a hard role to fill. But oh yeah, for sure, no doubt. But really excited about our backs.
What are your level of expectations for this offense this season?
Sir?
What's the level of expectations for this?
Man, we're going to be a really, really explosive offense. We're going to put up a lot of points. Coach Leftwich coming from Texas State, the last 5 years, I think he's averaged over 50 points a game. So we averaged close around 40 last year. So, taking that next step too. We got a lot of guys on defense that can play too. But we're going to put up a lot of points. We're going to win the Big 12 this year. And, I know the confidence that we have in the building. And, we have a chip on our shoulder this year for sure.
Caleb, that wide receiver room is awfully deep this year. I'm curious if you could talk about maybe some of the guys that are 2-3 holes that are kind of stepping up and maybe could see some starting time this year.
I say you got Kelby. Kelby's been stepping up a lot. Stepping up for a minute now. You got TJ, and what you think is another guy?
Roy coming in from Incarnate Word.
Yeah. He older guy though, so like they understand football. They know they gonna come in and do what they supposed to do. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I feel like them two right there though been stepping up, been making great steps.
And then for both of y'all, obviously coach has said before, pressure is a privilege. How are you approaching this season with all the expectations that come with it?
Really just like I was telling everyone else, we already had these expectations. It's just happy that everyone else now sees it. Really just like not taking it like a grain of salt for real. Everybody has expectations, it's just thoughts, but now we got to go fulfill them expectations, go out there and make plays, do what we supposed to do.
Yeah, this is the sport we've been playing since we were 4 years old, so it turns into the game that we love, and it kind of comes down to this pressure that people say we have. I see it as an opportunity. I see an opportunity for greatness, and I'm really excited about this team and the way that we've handled the offseason too. There's a lot of people through the media that don't think that Texas Tech is doing it the right way, but we're going to figure out this year that Texas Tech's doing it the right way.
For both of y'all, when you committed and then when you transferred, the expectation was to win the Big 12. How real does it feel this year?
Man, I've never felt anything like this as a team. Individually too, being healthy, getting the surgery right at the end of the December mark, and been healthy for a whole month now. Just got back from the Manning Passing Academy. This is the best I've ever felt, and I know I can say that confidently, and the whole entire team. You just feel the confidence in the building every single day.
Behren, you've been at Tech for a long time. How has the perception of the football team and the school changed in the time you've been there from the standpoint of everything that's happening, collective, NIL, and now from the transfer portal?
Yes, sir.
You just signed a kid or committed a kid that's going to take 5 months.
Yes, sir. Yeah, the college football has changed a lot, and it's changed for the good too and for the bad. But I see a lot of good coming from it. Being at Tech for such a long time, I've seen the really bad of Texas Tech, and now I'm starting to see the good of Texas Tech. And so I want to be that guy that brings back championships to Lubbock, and I want to be the guy that people can look back 20 years from now and be like, hey, that team right there, he was led by that quarterback that won the Big 12 for him. So I want to have a chip on my shoulder this year, and it's going to be a lot of fun.
Did you tell that people have a different perception?
Oh, yes, sir, for sure. And that's just the way it works now with NIL. But it's kind of an opportunity for us to show what Texas Tech is about.
What's the biggest thing for you knowing that you're kind of the one that's expected to step up and be that wide receiver?
Really just same expectations as like really every other receiver. Really just go out there and make the plays you're supposed to make. Go out there and make the unbelievable. That's just gonna happen with it. And really just being that leader on and off the field. When stuff does hit the fan, because when it eventually does, just making sure that everybody has that level head, making sure everyone is like in the right headspace at all times, no matter good or bad.
For both of y'all, I guess the offense looks different this year. Just if both of y'all can just describe, I guess, what is y'all's perception of the Immaculate offense, kind of how it works, all that.
Finna be crazy. That's really it's finna be crazy. Like we had a lot of explosive last year, so just imagine that this year. We got I'm gonna say better, but we got more targets, we got more protection, we got more everything for real. So it's gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it's a really fun offense. The vertical choice game that we're going to get to do with the outside receivers, he he's going to have the opportunity. If it's press man, I already know what he's doing. He's gone. But if it's cover 2, he sees something he likes, and he has the option to break that in on certain plays. So to have that different leverage of, previously, you kind of have your route pre-snap locked in. But as the snap goes on, he sees something different. All right, we're on the same page. That's the chemistry that we have.
And with you, you had surgery back in December.
Yes, sir.
I guess what all went into that decision? Could you have maybe done it last year? I guess what maybe led you to wanting to have that done now instead of maybe back then?
Yeah, so it was a grade 5 AC sprain back in 2023 at West Virginia. Decided not to get surgery last year. They said probably rehab would be best for it. Never got really better. Stayed healthy through the 24 season with a grade 5 AC sprain. Wouldn't practice really throughout the week, get shot up before the game. Kind of got tired of getting shots before the game in my shoulder. And then they said, in the next level, you got to get it fixed before. So I went out to California. Dr. Elatrosh, the guy that did Aaron Rodgers' Achilles surgery, I met with him. He got me fixed, and, this is the best I've felt in a long time.
Behren, you stuck with this team obviously your entire career. I recently heard that Joey's thinking about maybe signing Will to a long-term contract. Can you just kind of speak to the value in this day and age of sticking with a team, developing behind a veteran quarterback, and then eventually earning your way into a starting spot?
Yes, sir. Yeah, a lot of people think the grass is greener on the other side of a lot of places, but in reality, there's going to be some hard times in college football, and this is part of it. And I've been very blessed and fortunate to be in a position that I am now. Waiting my turn, but to be in the position I am now, I wouldn't trade it for the world. I'm glad I stayed at Texas Tech. Had many opportunities to leave and go somewhere else, but Lubbock's home, and I'm glad I'm there.
I know it's very early in his career, but have you had any conversations with Will about the importance of that, of sticking around?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I have. Will is a great kid. I love Will. This is going to be his team after, and I'm really excited for him. And I have told him, there's a lot of things in life that that you got to figure out. But Texas Tech is a place that a lot of people want to be, and this place is really special, and he knows that, and he's a great kid and great head on his shoulders, and I'm really excited for him.
And then I'm curious, from that Manning Passing Academy, what you brought back to the quarterback room, how you feel that improved your game for this upcoming season?
Yeah, it was awesome. Anytime you're getting hands-on work with Peyton, Eli, and John Gruden, it was tremendous. We got to spend a lot of time off the field, too, just learning the X's and O's, and then just talking ball, and talking about leadership, too. John Gruden getting to coach Joe Montana and, some of the greats. He was telling me some of the stories, and it was really cool. I'll be connected with those guys for a long time now. Yes, sir. Yeah, it just kind of takes time, learning the way of college football. He had a lot of pressure on his shoulders. Being a first five-star to commit to Tech, big thing. But he's in a much better headspace now. He's been doing a great job this summer, putting his head down, going to work, kind of keeping quiet, staying in his own lane. And I'm really proud of him. The way he's maturing, it's been really cool to see. Yes, sir. Yeah, it's a really unique situation because a lot of guys that we're bringing in have 1 year left, and so it's really how much of a bond can I create off the field with them, and how can I get to know them off the field, because when Saturday comes, those guys are going to want to play for you harder, and I think just creating relationships. We got guys on the team from all over the country now, so now just trying to invest in those kind of guys and understand their backgrounds, and so I can understand where they're coming from. Oh, yeah.
I say
yes, sir. Yeah, we're constantly. I always have the offensive line over once a week. I have the defensive line over once a week, and it's not just the offensive guys. It's not just the defense. It's not just the specialists. It's a whole entire team. It takes all three phases of the game to have a whole entire team, and so I've always kind of been working towards that. My dad's a high school football coach for 33 years, and so I kind of know the importance of understanding where players come from, and just acknowledging the good in them.
From last year, just knowing that I left a lot on the table, even though I did have a good season, I left a lot on the table.
Yes, sir.
Especially watching everything like that. Had the option out there, I could have made more of.
Yeah, no, it was kind of wild, making just $1,000 a month and paying $800 to rent. You had $200 left over to spend. Very blessed and very fortunate to be in the position I am now. It's kind of the perfect timing of being in college football. But there's a lot of pros and there's a lot of cons too with it. It's I've learned a lot on the money side. Investing, saving my money. It's actually been very beneficial throughout the process.
What's a con?
Just a lot of people wanting things from you that guys that you don't know very well, stuff like that. But
I'm from Kansas City.
yes, sir. Oh yeah.
He's got his own little NIL market he's helped us
Yes, sir.
about. Had any interactions with him?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. He's been tremendous. He actually put me onto his agency, and so I kind of work with his agency now. He's been a great role model. He'll text me before a couple games and wish me good luck, but he's been tremendous help for the whole entire program. All the gear that we've gotten, all the NIL that we've received from Patrick has been awesome.
The goals this year for you guys?
Oh, man, we're going to win a lot of football games. We're going to win the Big 12 championship this year, and then after that we're going to go get a playoff bid, and we're going to go win the playoffs. We're going to go win a national championship, and I fully believe that. The confidence that we have in the facility now, we are the most confident team in the country, and you have to be. We have a chip on our shoulder. Should have been there last year, but lost a couple games that we shouldn't have, so we know the expectation and where it needs to be, and we've got to get it there.
To get all those accomplishments, but it was nothing just crazy. When you hear what we hear is the commitment that the school's making to like the rev share, NIL, that it puts y'all in position because you guys went out in this offseason through the portal.
Yes, sir.
And made a lot of moves. What does that mean to be a quarterback and see what they're putting around you?
Yes, sir. Just to see the type of camaraderie that you have around the facility. You got guys that care about Lubbock, a lot of people that care about this university. And so to be a Lubbock kid, I grew up in Lubbock, Texas Tech is home for me, and to be in the position I am now, to see the support that we have from the university is tremendous.
But when people go down, it's like, dang. But you go to the other schools, people go down, they just as good. So now that I feel like we're getting a lot of people from the portal and stuff from high school, and like these big recruits and stuff like that, we're going to have a lot of that.
If anything kind of comes through like that, I'm not really interested. It's my last year at Texas Tech. I've been here for 5 years. So, this is my home, and I want to make Texas Tech a championship winning team. I want us to be in the conversation of the elite of the elite, the Alabama, the Georgias. We have the talent now, and now it's just time to go do it.
If you do this, you're going to do this. If you do that, you're going to do this.
Right.
So at the end of the day, I feel like
yes, and if there is a rumor, it gets kind of shut down real quick because there's a lot of rumors in college football now, and so, what's true and what's not, there's a lot of things out there that's not true.
I wouldn't say it's taking both older guys.
I'd say over the course of my time at Texas Tech, it's probably been a handful, 5 or 6 times.
What we both looking for. So since you're on that same
university, yeah.
Take a lot.
Yes, sir. Yeah. No, sir. No, sir.
We just both know the game so well that it just plays like that.
Yes, sir. This is the strongest I've been. I haven't got to bench press or do anything with a bar on my back since 2023. So after December, after I got back in the weight room in April, this is the strongest I've been since my college career. Yes, sir.
When you covered at the other side of the ball and you knowing that where the defense have to be in,
man, they play fast, and we play fast on offense, and so usually we have teams that aren't set up and aren't lined up by the time we're snapping the ball, but Coach Wood is very simple. He likes our defense to play fast, and we got a middle linebacker like Jacob Rodriguez to command a defense like that. That's a good combination right there.
Maybe we've expected in the past.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The true tempo, air raid, vertical choice, throwing the ball down the field, but also having a good run scheme. We got some good tight ends coming back too, so it's going to be a lot of fun this year.
Go out there and do everything my coach tells me to do better, make the plays I'm supposed to make.
Replace a Texas Tech all-time and Josh Brooks. Talk about your running back room for a minute. What can the Red Raider fans expect?
Yeah, Quentin Joyner coming from USC. He's played a lot of ball. Coming from USC, playing big-time ball too. He understands college football. So having him as a vet in that room, And then Kobe Williams, he got to play a little bit last year, and Cam Dickey, two talented kids, just going to be true sophomores. So getting to learn from Quentin Joyner playing, USC ball, it's been really beneficial and been really helpful. And also, them getting to learn from Taj Brooks last year. I mean, that's 101. There's not a guy like Taj out there. So, they're great kids. They love to learn. They love to get better, and it's really fun to work with them.
Yeah, well, definitely a different type of tempo comes from like the defensive players and the defensive coach that we have. The defensive coach.
Yes, sir. It should. It should for sure. We're going to throw the ball a lot. We're going to play fast. We're going to run a lot of RPOs. Like I said earlier, a lot of vertical choice. So, letting CD get open, letting Quay can get open, letting guys that are good at running routes get open. And I think that's been the biggest difference from Coach Kitley's offense and Coach Leftwich's.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
You get up the first 2-3 games. We're going to visit up then.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I have many stories, but, a couple of stories that I took back from, Peyton Manning talking about his Super Bowl runs, and then Tennessee too. He never won a conference championship at Tennessee, but he was talking about the difference of, being a elite team compared to being a good team. And we talked about the leadership aspect of, how to run a team and how to connect with every single player on the team. But I have so many stories about him, John Gruden, Coach John Gruden. But it was a really fun time, and I got to learn from 30 of the best quarterbacks in the country too. So getting to compare myself against, elite college football players was really cool.
Yeah, I feel like I average at least.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah, we had multiple sessions where it was just one-on-one. Yes, sir.